Alrighty, welcome back. If you saw yesterday's video, this video is once again going to be fully about Sofi. This YouTube channel is not supposed to be a Sofi only channel, but there is so much drama around one stock. It's utterly insane. And yesterday's video, you should definitely check out the second half of it. It was live on recording. Sofi started to sell off like crazy, and I couldn't find anything. And then, as soon as I ended my recording, which was about 5 minutes afterwards, when the stock was dipping in the $16 range, I actually found what was happening, and it was a short report. A attack on Sofi. Yes, if you are new to the market, stocks can be attacked by people, by institutions, by other companies, believe it or not. Private companies and also publicly traded companies as well too. They're called short reports. It's basically where a company that is all about like stock investing, or rather shorting stocks, because they make their revenue by the stock market or stock gains, and they take a short position and then they release a article stating why they took a short position on a stock. So I'm going to get to all that stuff momentarily, but like I said, if you are new here, welcome. I keep things very real on this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is also fairly new. I haven't advertised it among my other YouTube channels. My main YouTube channel is over 200,000 subscribers. So I'm assuming everyone on this channel is a stock-loving baboon like me, right? I did buy more Sofi shares yesterday in the $16 range, which is a mind shocker. Anthony Noto, our fearless leader, he also came through with a big buy as well too. So I'm going to be talking everything Sofi for this video. I just want to dive into some economical updates because it does matter. And I mean, that we got Sofi drama, and then we got also market drama as well too. So today is the FOMC day, the Fed rate cut decision day. That's going to be kicking off in a couple hours. It is 10:48 a.m. So at 2:30, or roughly around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, less than 4 hours from now, the Fed's going to come out, give their rate cut decision, which is going to be no shocker. They're not going to cut rates, but it's all about what they're going to pretty much say. Obviously, Powell is very much the chairman up until May. He's going to talk about how oil cannot be controlled by rate cuts, which is factual. The Fed can raise rates. The Fed can lower rates. Oil is going to go to where it's going to go. And oil, right now at these levels of almost $100 a barrel, it is very much rich compared to all the way back to 2014, 2013, 2011. And then also during the great financial crisis, oil pretty much got obliterated, right? Because a recession obliterates inflation. And I don't really want to dive into, any conspiracy talk here. But there was a lot of talk about how the Federal Reserve is trying to purposely cause a recession. There was a lot of that talk throughout 2023 and also 2022 because they were aggressively raising rates. Obviously, if you have a recession, inflation, it goes bye-bye. However, today we did get a data report which came in a little hot. Now, the Federal Reserve doesn't necessarily just go by one inflation report. Today we had PPI come in actually very much a little hotter. PPI tends to be on the hotter side for inflation. CPI and also PCE is what Powell primarily looks at. So he may say some stuff about this. Honestly, tomorrow's video, I'm going to be going over about what Powell pretty much said. But my prediction is that he's not going to be hawkish because the market is already very much shaky right now. He's going to be very much neutral. He's going to pretty much convey the same the same stuff that he's been saying for the last how many meetings now, right? Inflation, maybe he's going to lay off the transitory talk that's freaking a lot of people out. Hold on, morning tea cheers. Maybe he's just going to say inflation might be a one-time tariff things, or it's probably caused by the Middle East. That's probably what he's more than likely going to say. Okay, so now going back to pretty much SoFi right now. So, like I said, yesterday we had a short report come out. And if you don't know what a short report is, essentially it is a article from a non-affiliated party, obviously from SoFi, and it's an article about SoFi, of why they took and have a short position into SoFi. And it's by Muddy Waters. The name is just very funny of this company, Muddy Waters, right? And they're basically pretty much trying to say that SoFi is a legitimate business, that their lending side is very much like Enron. Quote, SoFi is very much a treadmill company, which means that it's just going to run hot and then it's going to die off like Enron. If you don't know what Enron is, definitely do your research. Enron is a company that it was actually one of the largest embezzlements of fraud that the U.S. market has ever seen. I believe their market cap was close to $100 billion, and then they ended up going bankrupt. Pretty much all the executives, I'm pretty sure all of them had some type of jail time. But they were embezzling money, lying to shareholders. The firm that was auditing Enron also faced charges as well, too. And it was a gigantic scandal. So, the short report got a rebuttal from SoFi, and SoFi responded instantaneously. That is extremely bullish. Okay, Anthony Noto did an interview here on YouTube with some retail influencers. And I did make a video talking about that several weeks ago. I honestly can't remember what video it is on my channel. But two YouTubers, Tanner, Future Investing, and also Tevis, both of them ended up sitting down with Anthony Noto. And Anthony Noto said, hey, we're going to be publishing pieces hitting short sellers back. I have been invested in penny stocks. Primarily, it was the ass end of 2022 and all of 2023. I was very much in the penny stock market. I made a decent amount of money. Then I ended up losing just about all that money. It was a very much roller coaster ride. One penny stock I ended up getting obliterated in. They're not even on the NASDAQ anymore because they got kicked off. But I remember that a short report came out of this penny stock that I was in, and the company did nothing. The company did not respond to it, and the stock went down in one day by 20%. And I ended up buying the dip. And then within 1 week, the stock was down total about 50%. And I ended up buying the dip, and I ended up ultimately losing money on that. It should have been a red flag to me that the company did not respond instantaneously, okay? The company did not respond to the short report is a clear signal that, hey, there's something of truth maybe in this. Now, yesterday, our fearless leader did something with his own money once again. He ended up buying. Now, we did have some executives yesterday. They did sell SoFi shares. It did freak out a lot of people. However, the executives that sold, they were also given SoFi shares as an award, okay? Anthony Noto, I believe he has sold some shares in the past, but the amount of shares that he's bought has outweighed the amount that he's purchased with his own money. Do not quote me on that. I don't know 100% sure if he did. I believe he did sell some for taxes, which is very reasonable. You have Elon Musk. He has sold shares. Bezos has sold shares. Alex Karp of Palantir has sold shares. CEO sells shares. But the fact is that Anthony Noto, if you can see this, it's very zoomed in. He ended up buying $500,000 worth of shares yesterday and $1 million worth of shares the other week as well, too. Oopsies, wrong screenshot on the screen. Oopsies, another wrong. What the hell is going on? There we go. I'm jumping the gun on all my screenshots on the screen. Anthony Noto bought $56,000 shares March 2nd, and now March 17th, yesterday, he put out $500,000 of his own money. $500,000 of his own money. So how did they respond to this short report? Our fearless leader released a rebuttal statement calling it bullshit, and they also had their top dog buy shares, or our fearless leader, Anthony Noto, our top dog, buy shares to signal to investors like myself, hey, I got your back. This is a bogus report. This short report is saying that we are finagling investors. Our lending department is pretty much all skewed. It's a Ponzi scheme. No, it's not. Our lending department is a disruptor in the banking sector. Muddy Waters is saying, well, SoFi is doing something different than banks. No shit, they're doing something different than banks, you dumb mother effers. Muddy Waters is short SoFi, and they release a short report. Does anyone else see the criminal behavior that's happening? They are short SoFi, and they release a short report. You gotta just look at it like face value, okay? You are short SoFi, and you release a short report. Were you closing out your position because you know what's coming for the future? I honestly believe that they did. I believe Muddy Waters just wanted to get out of their short position. That's what I truly believe. I believe that the shorts know that this stock is going to be ripping like you cannot imagine over the next several quarters, and also all the way throughout 2027, and honestly probably for the next 10 years. And that's why I am continuing to buy shares at a discounted rate, because I'm buying the fear. So yesterday was a very interesting day for SoFi. We got rate cut decision day as well too. And SoFi is very much recovered. So as you basically see yesterday, we very much dipped all the way down to 1650. I believe that I ended up getting shares right below 17. I'll pull up my share buys momentarily. But I ended up buying like in the mid of this entire downward. And we're green. Going back to the penny stocks that I've been in, a short report, we would be selling off right now. SoFi is green. It's pretty humorous. And that is the reason I continue to buy shares. Okay, so I'm doing a public profile challenge on this YouTube channel. If you've been following me, you know what I'm doing here. Basically looking to take this sum of money here to 6 figs in the course of 17 months now. It was 18 months, but then it changed because I deposited a large sum of money on here. This profile is very much risk-orientated and also growth-orientated as well, too. So yesterday, I did buy the dip. Like I said, I picked up more shares of SoFi. I absolutely despise Webull. I honestly wish that I just made a new Robinhood profile. My main stock profile is on Robinhood. Webull is great, but I will say this. I complained about using Webull because theoretically, before this account challenge, this was kind of like my trading profile, my day trading profile per se. But Webull is nice because I can buy stock overnight and also starting at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time frame, which I have done a lot of early buying. Hopefully overnight trading does come back to SoFi, or rather early morning trading as well too. But I'm just accumulating more shares of SoFi here. If you've been watching these videos I've been putting out for going back to November of last year, so back 5 months now, my SoFi was up over 120%. And I've just been picking up SoFi shares as it's going down. My total cost on SoFi several months ago was only about, I believe it was like $4,800. So I've been buying a tremendous amount more of stock here. If the stock goes back to $16, I'm going to be picking up more shares here. If the stock goes to $15 for whatever stupid reason, I'm going to be buying very heavy. And then if we go below 15 bucks, I'm going to go all in on this profile. My main profile, I got a humongous SoFi position built. I'm holding 1,642 shares of SoFi with a $7.41 average. I started buying SoFi February of 2024 when nobody wanted it, and I filled a position size of 1,500 shares. How did I acquire an extra 162 shares? The stock was selling off. I had a position size built like over the course of 6 months, and the stock was just continuously selling off. I remember picking up shares during August of 2024, the Japanese carry trade. SoFi went down to $6. I'm like, bye, baby. You know, I ended up, I think I probably bought like $1,000 worth of shares that day. That was one of my last buys on my main account. And then ever since then, the stock has very much recovered. But I got a position so much built in my main profile. On this profile, if I need to build SoFi to $9,000 as much as AMD, so be it. I mean, if the market wants to play games with SoFi, so be it. Because there's just... Hold on, T-cheers. The more and more that I look at everything that's happening with SoFi, the more and more I want to buy more shares. And many of my other positions here I've talked about so much, but keeping it on SoFi for today. So like I said, this channel profile that I'm doing on this YouTube channel, one, education purposes, and also to really show that you can take X amount of dollars, couple 5 figures to 6 figs. You can do with any type of amount. Couple 3 figs to 4 figs, couple 4 figs to 5 figs, couple 5 figs to 6 figs, couple 6 figs to 7 figs. You just got to be disciplined, and you got to trust, get into stocks with the right management team. So anyways, like I said, over the course of 17 months, this channel profile is very much going to be rock and rolling. Every single month, I'm basically depositing $500, but I am preloading cash. So I've already preloaded all money up until July now. $500 left of $500 per month that I'm depositing into this account. If I do a large deposit, then it goes down to 16 months. I did a large deposit back in February because the market was selling off. So like I said, the account challenge was 18 months and now it's 17 months. Why don't I just go ahead and deposit all the cash in this profile and go all in? Because I'm not God and I can't predict the future. What if theoretically we do fall into a recession at the later end of this year? And what if SoFi goes back to $8? Well, at that point, I'm going to be going all in. So it's all about discipline. But if the market continues to play games with SoFi, I'm going to be continuing to nibble on shares. And I'm not a financial advisor, so do your due diligence. But hypothetically, if I did not have a position built in SoFi right now, it's so remarkable. So many people do not want to buy SoFi shares right now, but they are willing to buy SoFi in the high 20s and in the low 30s. You are dead wrong. I wasn't buying shares of SoFi in the high 20s and also the low 30s. I didn't start buying SoFi shares until it broke $25. And then when we got to $22, I bought more. And then when we got to 20, I bought more. You don't buy when it's trading at such a high PE. Okay, that's how you get caught up. Unfortunately, there are people that I've talked to on X and social media. They're holding a SoFi bag because they opened a position in the high 20s or in the low 30s at all-time highs. SoFi is a great company, but if you don't have a position built in SoFi, like, oh man, nobody really wants SoFi right now, but a lot of people that are very much trusting this management team. 2024, I trusted the management team, and I am so glad that I did. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed today's episode, smash the like button and subscribe for future content. I'll be putting out a new video tomorrow, and take it easy, everyone. Stay focused, stay motivated, ignore the BS, especially from Mr. Poopy Waters, right? Later.